Leviathan's Breath has to be one of the most iconic bows in all of Destiny. But then again, all of Destiny's bows are iconic. So what sets this one apart from the rest? A lot. And luckily, I've been using this thing a ton this month, and we're going to take a deep dive into the Leviathan's Breath to see what all the hoopla is about, and why you need to keep this thing on you at all times. First, we're going to cover perks and stats, then we're going to take a look at PvP and PvE. Let's go. First, we should go ahead and point out that this is the only heavy ammo bow in the entire game, and that really takes grit. He is a real standout player that can face adversity with ease, and be the key player you need in your offense. It's also a void weapon. Not much correlation, but I just want to make sure you knew. Its perks are Fiberglass Arrow Shaft for slightly better accuracy, and arguably the coolest base perk ever, Chain Bow String for increased accuracy and stability. This perk is sick because of the fact it actually uses a chain for the bowstring, and it makes you feel so cool. Anyways, those perks are tight, but let's talk about the perks that actually matter. The intrinsic perk is Big Game Hunter, which makes the bow fire a massive heavy bolt that stuns unshielded combatants and is strong against unstoppable champions. And then its exotic trait is Leviathan Sigh. So when fully drawn, the bow creates a large concussive blast that knocks combatants back. Both of these perks are amazing, but the Leviathan's Breath also has a catalyst that adds some extra oomph to it. It gives you the perk Archer's Tempo for quicker draw time when you land a precision hit, and Colossal Quiver to increase its reserves to 15 total. With names like Big Game Hunter, Leviathan Sigh, and Colossal Quiver, and then the fact it uses a chain as a string, I'm sure you're thinking, damn, this thing has to hit hard. And you'd be so right, you have no idea. Let's go ahead and take a look at its PVE performance to get a full idea of this thing's power. Speaking of power, like I said earlier, this is a power weapon, making it a little bit of an oddball when it comes to using it in PVE. Because most of the time, you're going to want to use an exotic primary or a special weapon. So now it's my job to convince you it is very worth it to use this exotic power weapon. And look, you're not going to take this into a heroic strike or some random public event, because you can use anything else like Sunshot or Osteo to completely clear everything in seconds. This is for my harder content players, the ones who enjoy Legend Lost sectors, raids, and dungeons. Dare I say, it's for big boys and girls only. And if you're a little boy or girl, click off this video, go finish your Cocomelon, and poop your diaper like the rest of babies do. And for the rest of us, let's have our fun at the grown-up Thanksgiving table. I think the main turnaway for this bow is that it doesn't explode or shoot fast enough for most of the player base. Despite not doing either of those things, it still destroys every enemy ever. It destroys orange bars, majors, champions, and even bosses. What other weapon is demolishing champions like the Leviathan Breath is? In my opinion, none. Because of its catalyst and intrinsic unstoppable perk, you can eliminate most champions after getting them stunned and getting Archer's Tempo to 2-tap them quickly. And then with the Leviathan Sigh perk, the concussive blast will allow you to kill your enemy before they can even move, killing groups of adds and even stun locking bosses like Perseus. And then on top of all of that, watch the DPS on Nezarec here, and then I'll show you my final numbers. That's crazy! When using this bow, it'll be very rare for you to get out DPS'd by anyone else using any other combo, especially if you get a good Archer's Tempo rhythm going. I personally love it because it's easier to hit than rockets and way more satisfying than a machine gun. It's definitely the best weapon for any single enemy stronger than an orange bar, making it a top DPS pick and great for higher end content. Look, we're going to briefly cover PvP because it does have some use, believe it or not. This bow is actually good in PvP for two main reasons. Number one, its ability to one-tap supers. It is a hit scan projectile that can one-tap supers and will kill nearby enemies with its concussive blast, making it the perfect one-shot weapon, especially if you have a Silk Strike Hunter needing to be one-piece comboed right in the chest. And then it does one-shot body all the time, so honestly it's just good all the time. And for number two, you get 2 shots for every heavy ammo crate, allowing you to spread the love of Leviathan's Breath multiple times. And like I said earlier, this will 100% kill nearby enemies at the same range as pre-nerf Cloud Strike, so you can have the easiest combos of all time. I do truly think this is one of the best PvP heavies, so if you're already running 2 legendaries, this will make for the perfect cherry on top. The Leviathan's Breath is an extremely hard-hitting bow that will annihilate anything you put in front of it. It gets a 5 Cocomelons out of 5 in PvE because of its raw damage output and ability to kill anything. Then it gets a 4 out of 5 in PvP because it's one of the best weapons to get rid of any guardian on the battlefield, even though it is a power weapon, but it's really good. Look, I like to keep these short and sweet because your time is valuable, so go give this a shot, experience its true power in every single category, and I'll see ya!